Decide immediately. Decide immediately.
And I think what we could organize is a small creative group. They could do in many, many different countries something that might be for the future exciting to run agriculture and forestry and environment better than in the past.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, dear guests of the AgriFuture Days 2019 in Villach, my name is Alfred Woschitz, and I'm very glad to be invited here as a representative of the Carinthia Writers Association to be able to say a few words about the relationship between nature and art, in particular to the literature. I would like to point out two books. First one is The Touch Wood catalog, describes aspects of current research into nature, photography, painting and installation. And the new publication of the literature photo anthology My Tree, authors of the Carinthia Writers Association, on forests and trees. Trees. Everywhere forest and trees. This is the ultimate dream of paradise, the collective yearning for that one completely wooded continent, our former natural habitat. We are still forest people, displacing our paradise through civilization since modern times. The tree is a strong symbol in religious and mythological terms. Tree of life, family tree. For almost every human being there is a special tree which he combines memories with. This is from the foreword by the editor and president of the Carinthia Writers Association, Gabriele Ruswurm-Biro. The Carinthia Writers Union dedicates a literary focus to forests and trees in its anniversary year, inspired by the art project FORFOREST by Klaus Littmann. From October 25th to 27, 2019, the 9th Alpe Adria Literatursymposium of the KSW in Gmünd, organized since 2002, every 2 years on this topic. The author is a recipient of excitement, no matter where it comes from. Heaven, earth, a scrape of paper, a passing figure, a spider's web. That's why you should not make a difference between things. There are no noble homes for things. Nature booms, not only in the literature. The more we alienate ourselves from nature, the more we yearn for it. In literature, nature beyond kitsch and cliché is surprisingly painful, scary, and seductive. Nature is a millennium-old motif with which literature sends a second. What is man? Behind the wall of smoke in the brain, there are other areas, bluer than you think. Nature writing. It does not need more than a lake to swim in the middle, eyes at the level of the water surface. And then let your gaze wander to the shores of mixed trees, to the heron on the low-lying pasture, to the fish wriggling in the grebe's beak, and on the reflection of sky and trees which pushes into the next with each arm pull. A 360-degree perspective on the world that is only possible there, in nature, literary. As a metaphor, the lake is enough for a whole genre. To go into nature, to reflect on it, and to know what that experience does to do. To write about it then. It is a highly political writing. After all, we live in a society that has been exploiting nature as a raw material for centuries. In an era in which the weather always means more climate, disasters, existential fear, fight movements. And in a country where landscape was once ideologically centered and in which, again from above, it is defined what home should be and for whom, everywhere. Nature is a source and estuary. It would have to be the wedding of nature writing. Alone, the genus does not exist here, so to speak. In Great Britain, North America, Australia, there are whole bestsellers, authors' careers in new nature writing and tens of literary prizes. Local bookstores are still not sure whether they should pack the books in travel, outdoor, autobiography, or in the self-help shelves. No wonder. There are stories that play with prose forms, often scientific, politically and historically anchored, novels, non-fiction books, and self-reflective memoirs at the same time. And that without any kitsch suspicion. The circle of nature, described by the philosopher Schopenhauer, throughout and everywhere, the real symbol of nature is the circle, because it is the pattern of recurrence. In fact, this is the general form in nature because it performs in everything, from the running of the stars to the death and the emergence of organic life. I come now to the end with a short poem of Christian Morgenstern. I did not pick up some flowers for you today to bring you their life. Thank you for listening.
Decide immediately. Decide immediately.